This is a little thing I like to call MLB rants. If you are new to the channel, I'd just like to point out that everything I say in this episode are only my opinions. They are not universally correct. You can form your own opinions about what I have to say. You can put down in the comment section what you agree with and what you disagree with. And if there is something that happens next week that you would like me to go over, also put that down in the comment section below. I might even make an appearance in next week's episode. Big changes right off the bat. My laptop gone again. My board gone again. My hat's gone again. And now what I've done is just have my own background because there's a lot going on in the background and I fixed that. So now I can change it to that or that or that or that. So yeah, the moment you are watching this is the halfway point of the MLB season. So I thought today's episode, we can primarily focus on what I believe everyone's going to go to, what teams are going to end up where, who's going to win what, all that kind of stuff. This is MLB Rants 2021 season, episode 12. Last year in the MLB postseason, the MLB commissioner decided to have a 16-team postseason instead of the usual 10-game postseason because last year of COVID, they only were allowed to play 60 games. So what they've done now is they've implemented the original 10-team playoff, and that's how it's gonna roll this year. We're gonna talk about who's going to win what, like who's gonna win each division. Then we'll set up a little bracket behind me to show you what I think will happen, who I think will win. And then after that, we'll do a full 1 to 30 list of every team. We're gonna do, 1 to 30 rankings of who I think the best teams. And this isn't based on power rankings or anything like that. This is entirely based on records. Yeah, we're going to compare the rankings that I make today to the rankings at the end of the season, and we're going to see how close I got. Because, I thought we could all use a break from all the illegal substances. We had our first ban this week. I know this is completely off topic, but, I've been talking about it for weeks now, so we're just going to do this middle of the season. Why not? Celebrate the middle of the season. October rolls around, which is playoff season for the MLB. What will happen is a team from each 6 divisions. You've got 3 divisions in the American League, 3 divisions in the National League. You've got a winner from each division, and then you've got 2 wild cards from each league. So that adds up to 5 teams for each league and 10 teams in total. We'll go from west to east, like left to right. We'll alternate from AL to NL and go from there. We'll start with who will win the division, and then we'll get into the wildcard winners after that. So in the NL West, I believe the San Diego Padres will win the division. They'll make a playoff push. Their team will make sure that it's as healthy as possible, and they will make that playoff push. They'll get past the Dodgers. They have a few series against the Giants, and that'll take them to the top of the NL West. And I think by October, they will be on top, and they will win the NL West. It'll be very close in the NL West, but the Padres will ultimately come on top. In the AL West, I believe the Athletics will win it. The Astros have been on a bit of a surge, but I don't think it's enough to actually get them the top spot. So for the AL West, I have the Athletics winning. NL Central, the Milwaukee Brewers they've been looking like the best team in that division. The AL Central, pretty obvious, the Chicago White Sox. They're one of the best teams in baseball right now. I think they're gonna blow out the entire AL Central and win that. NL East, I've said from the beginning, the New York Mets are going to win the NL East. I stick by that. I stick by the Mets. I completely 100% believe they will win the NL East. In the AL East, I'm going to go with the Boston Red Sox. They've always been on top for the entire year. The Rays have slipped. The Blue Jays aren't healthy enough. And the Yankees can't seem to figure it out. My 2 NL wildcard teams are the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The NL West has been a really big powerhouse this year. There's no fighting that. And I wouldn't be surprised if 3 teams from the NL West actually made it to the playoffs. My 2 wildcard teams for the American League are the Houston Astros and the Cleveland Indians. Houston Astros are a relatively good team this year. They've been winning a lot of games. They've beaten a lot of really good teams throughout the year. They have had a bit of an easy schedule recently, but they still have proved themselves, and I feel like that will carry on to the playoffs. And the Cleveland Indians have battled with the White Sox the entire year. The fact that they're only 4.5 games behind them really says something, and I feel like that'll really go to show in the wild card race. Now, for the brackets, let's do the NL side of it, and then we'll do the AL side of it. For the NL wildcard game, you've got the Dodgers against the Giants. The Dodgers will blow past the Giants and then go on to play another NL West team in the Padres, while the Mets and the Brewers play one another. The Dodgers will unfortunately lose to the Padres. As we've seen throughout this entire year, the Padres are just the better team. The Padres will go on to the NLCS, and the Mets will beat the Brewers, and then the Padres will beat the Mets and represent the NL as the World Series team. Now to the AL. In the AL wildcard game, you've got the Houston Astros against the Cleveland Indians. I do believe that the Cleveland Indians can pull this one off and they will win this game, and then they'll go on to play the first seed in the AL, which will be the Chicago White Sox. So while this AL Central matchup is going on between the Indians and the White Sox, you'll have the Red Sox and the Athletics playing. The Athletics will beat the Red Sox. The White Sox will beat the Indians. And then between the White Sox and the Athletics, the White Sox will win that game. And it'll be a Padres White Sox World Series. I think the White Sox will win the World Series in 7 games. It'll go all 7 games, but the White Sox will emerge victorious. So as you can see, this is my entire bracket of what I think will happen. Here's a visual. This is the entire bracket. You can take a screenshot. I'll obviously have this saved, and we'll look back to it when the time comes to see how close I was. Now, with that said, what I'm going to do now is go over the overall records of each team and see where everyone's going to end up. Well, my list goes like this. You'll have the White Sox at the top, then the Padres, then the Red Sox, then the Giants, Brewers, Athletics, Dodgers, Astros, Indians, and Mets. Now the rest of the league, I've got Braves, the Nationals, followed by the Blue Jays, the Mariners, the Yankees, Cubs, Reds, Angels, Phillies, Cardinals, Marlins, and Royals. Now from here, you've got your really terrible teams. Rangers, Tigers, Twins, Rockies, Pirates, Orioles, Diamondbacks. That's my entire list. You can see it here, and then this is it now. So, you can see the difference. We'll check the results when the season ends. We'll see how close I came to being 100% right. That is it for this week's episode. I know I didn't necessarily go over anything that was going on in the league, but there wasn't really anything to go over. I thought it would be really good to go over that halfway mark in the league this week, and what better way to just compare everybody in the league, make a playoff bracket, do an overall list of all the teams in the MLB, and we'll see what happens at the end of the year. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and also hit that red subscribe button. Hit the bell for post notifications so that you get a notification every time I upload. I upload on a weekly basis every Friday. And if there was something in this video that you agreed with or that you disagreed with, make sure you put that down in the comment section below. And if there's something that happens next week that you would like me to go over, also put that down in the comment section, and it might even make an appearance in next week's episode. I hope you like the layout of this week's episode. This is what we're going to be doing for the time being. We've been through a lot of changes, and yeah, this is it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.